also to ask for your continued support. We're wanting to get additional funding for the Mill Creek Park project, and that requires a resolution from you all. So the grant, I'll give you a little bit more detail about that as we go through, but that's the main purpose here, and to answer any questions you might have about projects that we're working on or this grant process. So the first project is the Fonta Flora State Trail, Trailhead and Park. That's do y'all have an official name for that park? It's the dog park over behind Davidson's Fort. We're calling it the Fonta Flora Trailhead and Dog Park and internally.
I think that it is going to have a name.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
Bob Hunter is working on that, and
good deal.
I think it'll be announced when we do the ribbon cutting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So back in 2021, the town was granted a $330,000 award from the North Carolina Parks and Recreation Trust Fund to assist with that. There's a local match. And I stopped by there on the way in today. The picnic shelters are under construction. The restrooms have been installed. The parking lots being constructed now. The guys were out there at 5 o'clock, still working, so that's a good sign. And so that's nearing completion. I think the Part F grant was through October of 2024, so good progress there. The other project I wanted to give you an update on is the North Catawba Streetscape Plan, and that's the one that's actually shown here on this display board. Back in 2022, the town got a grant from North Carolina Department of Commerce through the Rural Transformation Grant Fund for $900,000, and that was tied to the COVID recovery. So there was no local match on that, although the Tourism Development Authority has provided a couple of $100,000 to help with the engineering costs and the soft costs with that project. This year, this year, the North Carolina Department of Commerce Rural Downtown Economic Development Grant was awarded to the town for $850,000. We assisted you all with that project. That one is also tied to economic development, business, and job retention. There, Renee helped us determine about how many jobs could be retained as a result of the streetscape project. It was over the maximum amount, so the $850,000 that you all were awarded is the maximum amount from NC Commerce. The status on that project is the actual engineering plans are now being reviewed by NCDOT. They have, we expect there to be some minor revisions based on their comments. We'll be resubmitting that and hope to go out to bid in approximately 2 months. That's a little bit out of our control because depending on what the DOT folks have to say about it, can slow that process down a little bit. And so, any questions about those projects? All right, good deal. And I will say I'm not the engineer, or I'm more of the planner and grant writer here, but if you have any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer those. The Mill Creek Park project is what I'm really here for your support on tonight. We helped the town and the county get a grant from the North Carolina Division of Water Resources, a feasibility and engineering study for Mill Creek Park, and that was for $100,000. It did require a $50,000 local match, and that was provided also by the Tourism Development Authority. So we have gone through the process of engineering that and are now ready to do implementation on phase 1 of this project. There's a project that we've come up with that's going to be about a $400,000 project. Or you all are familiar with what I'm talking about, the Mill Creek Park, the one that shows up here on this board. So the original design there included pavilion, walking path, some things that would be much more than $400,000 in total. So for phase 1, we're suggesting including the stream restoration project. So that's a Division of Water Resources, requires some type of water quality aspect to the project. Also parking, a connection to the sidewalk here on Catawba Avenue, and this would also include a nice open green space. And then in phase 2, after more funding is identified, have the pavilion and the paved walking trail installed.